What is up, everybody? My name is Gus Bus, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Gus Bus.
Hey gang, we are back with another video today, and we're going to be going over really expensive, really ugly skins, in my opinion, of course. Quick disclaimer is that a lot of these skins are super rare, but I don't think they justify their price point. But I'm going to stop yapping, let's get right into the video. To start off, we kind of have a banger skin because it's the only one that exists, and that's going to be the Souvenir Desert Eagle Mutter in factory new. I have no idea what this would cost just because it is the only one that exists. I'm assuming it would be like tens of thousands of dollars, but you know, it's an ugly skin. It's really expensive because it's very, very rare, but you know, I wouldn't pay tens of thousands of dollars for an ugly skin like this. Then we have a Souvenir Tech 9 Army Mesh in factory new. Not a super rare skin, but really old. It's actually not crazy expensive at $20 with the DreamHack sticker, but if you go into the ones with the Cato 14 foils, it's going to be really expensive, starting at $130. Again, we have another really rare skin. I'm not sure what the price point would be on this, but it's got to be in the 5,000 to 10,000. Only two of them exist, and only one of them exists with Cato 14 foils on it. This is the USPS Forest Leaves in Souvenir Factory New. It's going to be a crazy expensive skin. The other one has a DreamHack Frosty the Hitman sticker on it, so I'm sure it's not nearly as expensive as the one with the Cato 14 foils on it, but there are only two of them, so yeah, it's going to be a crazy expensive skin, and it looks ugly. We have another really rare souvenir skin, and this is going to be the Souvenir USPS Night Ops in factory new. Only 26 of these exist. This one has the DreamHack 2014 blue snowflake sticker on it, and it's going to start at around $950. The ones with the Cato foils start at around $3 grand, so really expensive. I don't think these stickers are cool enough to, you know, get this price point. Obviously it's really rare, but I think it's still ugly. Next up, we have the Glock Sand Dune, a skin I actually like, but I don't justify how expensive it is, being around $110 in factory new. Still looks pretty cool, but I wouldn't pay that much for this skin. Next up, we have a Militia Collection skin, the Grassland Leaves, in factory new. The cheapest listing I could find was for $3,000, but I did recently see one sell for around $100. Next up is a really ugly skin, the P2000 Granite Marbleized. I have no idea what this would cost because it is a one of one, but it would be really expensive, but they scraped all the stickers off of it, so I can't justify it being expensive. Next up, we have the P250 Modern Hunter, part of the Militia Collection. There are a bunch of Militia Collection skins in this video. I just don't think they're that cool, but I understand why they're expensive because the Splash Jam in factory new is the rarest skin in the game that's not souvenir, so it comes with a hefty price tag. The P250 Modern Hunter is going to cost you around $450. Ugly skin, not worth the price. So this next one might be a little bit controversial because it is really rare, and it's actually a skin that shouldn't exist. It's the Souvenir R8 Revolver Bone Mask. This is the one that Sparkles got, I believe.
4, 3, 2, 1. Something sick. Ooh. We got the R8. We got the R8. Is this a glitched R8? Did this actually just happen with the Virtus Pro on there and then the NIP on there? Wait, I need to check this out. R8 Revolver Bone Mask in Souvenir. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think we just did it. I think we unboxed the legendary glitched R8. There was only one, and this one was opened by Jesus. Amazing. And it's a one of one now, and now a one of two.
It shouldn't exist because it was added to a 2014 souvenir package and it wasn't released until 2016, I think. I believe that Jesus sold it for around $8K and then Sparkles around $4,000. Crazy prices.
I can't remember how much Jesus sold this for, like 8K or something like that.
I mean, obviously it has Cato 14 foils on it, so I get it a little bit, but it's just an insane price point for a really ugly skin, but it is a collectible, so I do get it a little bit. Next up is one that I know why it's so expensive because it trades up to the X-Ray. but it's $235 for a factory new Mac 10 Hot Snakes. I think this skin is so ugly, I'm not sure why anyone would pay it, besides the fact that if you wanted to do an X-ray trade up. I don't like the X-ray either though. Next up is another modern hunter skin, the PP Bison, again in the Militia collection. I know I said it earlier, but I really don't like these skins. I know a lot of people do like the modern hunter skins like Anomaly, but this will cost you around $145 in factory new. Absurdly expensive for an ugly skin. So this one's a little bit interesting. This is the Souvenir PP Bison Night Ops. In Well Worn, it's the most expensive, obviously because of the DreamHack souvenir sticker, but for $176 in Souvenir Well Worn, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? I know it's rare, it's collectible, whatever, but you could get a really nice skin for that budget, so that's going to be the next one on the list. Next up is another really rare souvenir skin. It's the P90 Teardown in factory new. Only 31 of them actually exist, a lot of them having the Cato 14 foils or the DreamHack stickers. The cheapest one on the market is actually this one, and it's going for around $2,000, but one sold also with Cato 14 foils recently for around $300. So if you haven't been able to tell so far, the reason why a lot of these ugly skins are expensive is because they're super rare, including the Souvenir UMP Gunsmoke. There's only 3 factory new Souvenir Gunsmokes in existence, and they all have really rare, really old stickers on them. I would say this one will probably go in the couple $1,000 range just because of how rare it is, but that doesn't mean it looks good. We do kind of have a banger skin here, and that's going to be the Souvenir MP9 Orange Peel in factory new. Again, only one of them exists, so I'm assuming this would be like $10,000. I'm not exactly sure, maybe like $5,000, but yeah, can't justify the price point there. I understand it's a collectible, but I'm sure it's a crazy price point. I might as well put the entire Militia collection on here at this point, which I think I actually did. So this is the Nova Blaze Orange in factory new. This thing will cost you around $300. It's not the ugliest skin in the world, but for that price point, I just don't justify paying that much money. Another skin that's actually really expensive and I personally think is pretty ugly is the Souvenir Sawed Off Full Stop in factory new. It's so expensive because only 31 of them exist in factory new. The cheapest listing I could find was $350 and I couldn't find any recent sales, so yeah, another ugly expensive rare skin. Another really expensive Souvenir factory new skin is the XM Cali Camo. This one has the DreamHack sticker, some of them have Cato 14 stickers on them. But this is going to cost you around $160 in factory new for this specific one. Again, I understand why people get these because they are rare, they are collectible. This one's not crazy rare, it's not like a 1 of 2 or 1 of 3. There's actually 73 of them, so I don't know, it's just a really ugly skin and I wouldn't pay that money. Next up we have the M249 Blizzard Marbleized in factory new. This thing is going to cost you around $150. Again, a really rare skin, but I don't think it looks good at all. No one uses the M249, just really expensive because it's in the Office collection. Next up is another expensive skin because it's old and rare. That's going to be the Souvenir M249 Gator Mesh in factory new. Only 61 of them exist, and they're expensive because of the stickers that are on there from the old souvenir packages. Fun fact, the regular M249 Gator Mesh has the lowest float skin in the entire game, so that's pretty cool. But this one's going to cost you around $200. Just an ugly skin and really expensive because it's rare. So what we've been seeing so far are expensive ugly skins for one of 2 reasons. 1, because they trade up to a really cool expensive skin, or 2, they're super rare, like there's only less than 100, less than 50 of them. This has neither of those. It trades up to a skin that's worth like $3, and it's not crazy rare. There's over 500 of them. So the price point of around $100, I don't really understand. But you know, some people like the camo look. I personally don't, and this is all personal preference. I just don't understand why this is so expensive. I guess because the Aztec collection is so old. Next up, we have another rare but ugly skin is the Souvenir AK-47 Safari Mesh in factory new. Only 95 of them exist, which is why the price point is going to be around $200. But still, again, an ugly skin. I don't justify the rareness of it being that expensive because it just doesn't look good. So this one actually makes sense to me why it's expensive. Doesn't mean it's good looking, but it makes sense to me. This is the Souvenir AUG Condemned in factory new. There's only one of them. This is the only one that exists. It obviously has Cato 14 foils on it as well, but doesn't mean it's a good looking skin, but I understand the price point, and I don't even know what this price would be because it's the only one that exists. But yeah, this one makes a little bit more sense to me as to why it would be really, really expensive. Now, the AUG Copperhead is an ugly skin that is expensive because it trades up to the blaze. Doesn't mean it's good looking, and look at all the wear that it shows. This is minimal wear. It does not come in factory new. It's float capped, but really expensive skin coming in at around $100 for a minimal wear one. Yeah, really, really ugly, really torn up, really expensive. Next up is a skin I actually don't personally hate. I think it looks okay, but for the price point of $225, I just think there are a bunch of better op skins out there. It's really expensive because it is rare, and there are only 327 of these in factory new, but like I said, they're way better op skins for that price point. So next up we have the Souvenir Pit Viper, the Op Pit Viper. So this is another one that's really old and really rare in minimal wear. Only 41 of them exist, but the cheapest listing for one is $2,350. Obviously it's really rare, but doesn't mean it looks good, and this is a really ugly skin with an astounding price point. Next up we have another really rare old souvenir, which is a Souvenir Famas or Famas Teardown in factory new. Again, only 41 of them exist, and obviously this one has a DreamHack sticker on it, the shooter sticker. I saw that one recently sold for $130, but I can't even find a listing for one, so I'm not sure what the price would be these days. But yeah, really ugly skin. I don't like the teardown pattern. I know I had one on here earlier, but yeah, really expensive, really ugly. Not sure why you would spend that much money. We're back with another old rare souvenir skin, which is the Galil AR Very Camo in Souvenir Factory New. Only 63 of them exist. Obviously this one has a bunch of Cato 14 foils on it. So, I mean, that's why it's expensive, but it still is ugly. I like that they added the 2015 DreamHack sticker here, but for $182, you could get a really cool skin, and, you know, obviously it's rare, and I get that, but not the best looking skin in my opinion. The G3 SG1 Arctic Camo in factory new is going to cost you around $70. It's in the office collection, which is why it's expensive, but still ugly skin. If you use the G3, then, you know, I don't have to say anything, but you know who you are and you shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, another really expensive skin because it's in a, you know, rare old collection that's really ugly. So the pattern continues with old rare souvenir skins. This is the Souvenir G3 Very Camo in factory new. Only 58 of them exist, and you can tell it has a DreamHack shooter sticker on it, which is obviously really rare, but it's going to cost you around $250 to get this skin, which is absolutely absurd. You shouldn't be using the G3. That's an absurdly expensive price point for a skin that looks like this. We continue the pattern with the Souvenir G3 Jungle Dashed in Souvenir Factory New. Only I think 17 of these exist. 16 of these exist. Again, another old rare DreamHack souvenir sticker. But one of these, I couldn't even find a price point on it. I couldn't find any sold listings. The last one I saw was around $1,060, but it didn't sell and it was taken off the market. So not sure what the price point exactly would be here, but it would probably be over $1,000 for another G3 skin that's ugly, but it is really rare. So next up we have another Very Camo skin, this time being the Souvenir M4A1S Very Camo in factory new. This one isn't that rare, like there are a bunch of them, and it's still gonna cost you around $66. So, you know, obviously not the most expensive skin, but there are a lot of really cool M4A1S skins out there that you could get for under $66. So we got another really old, really rare souvenir skin with a DreamHack sticker on it, this time being the M4A1S Boreal Forest. This one will cost you, I couldn't even find a price for this because there are only 3 that exist in the whole world. One of them actually has scraped gold stickers on it, so they took off, you know, the nice cool old stickers, And so there are only really 2 that still have the souvenir stickers on it, so I couldn't find a price point. Obviously it makes sense why this one's pricier because of the, rareness of it. There only being 2 really left with the souvenir stickers on it, but there are a lot of really sick skins out there. Would rather pick up something that looks cool than something that's crazy rare and ugly. Next we have a souvenir M4A4 Urban DD Pat in factory new. There are only 95 of these that exist, but the cheapest one you're gonna get is gonna be around 120 bucks, and it's not even that old stickers. Obviously the Berlin stickers are pretty old, but it's not like a Cato 14 or DreamHack souvenir. So the Urban DD Pat isn't my least favorite skin in the world, but I don't think it justifies the price. Next up, we have the rarest non-souvenir skin in the entire game, which is the Scar 20 Splash Jam in factory new. There are only 53 of these that exist, which is why it fetches this crazy high price point. I know Sparkles just did a trade up to try to get one, and I know Anomaly has talked about this quite a bit in the past, but the cheapest one you're going to find listed right now is $2,700. So obviously really rare skin, but don't be using the Scar 20. I understand why it's a collectible piece, but I don't like this skin. Not the biggest pink fan, so yeah. Our last skin we're going to talk about is the Scout Lycan, the Lycan Dash from the Aztec collection in factory new. These will cost you around $70. Ugly skin, obviously it's super old, which I understand, and it's float capped, but doesn't justify the price point for me. Now I just want to talk about one pair of gloves and one knife. The first one being the Sports Glove Bronze Morph in factory new. These gloves are hideous. I think by far the worst gloves in the game, and in factory new they're going to cost you over $800. Get yourself a field tested or even a well-worn or battle scarred pair of a better glove. I had to show a really expensive ugly knife as well, the Navajo knife case hardened pattern 839 and field tested. Just get yourself a really nice knife for the $1,600 that they're asking. I know it's a top tier, like one of the top patterns for the blue gem, and it has a full blue play side, but there's so many cooler knives you could get for that price point. So just get yourself a cooler knife and stay away from the Navajo. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope I was able to show you some skins you didn't realize were so expensive. There are a bunch of really expensive skins out there. I thought I would just go with some that I personally think are ugly. So I hope you guys learned something new today. And thanks so much for checking out the video. Let me know if you have any video ideas. Would love to cater to you guys. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.